Hi everyone, and welcome to Writing 111, Writing Across Contexts. I'm your professor, Carrie Aldrich. This is a class that's required of all degree and certificate students throughout the entire University of Alaska system. This is my 20th year teaching Writing 111. I started as a graduate student up in at UAF when I was 22 years old. I'm excited that I teach this class really differently than I ever did before. And notably, this is a hybrid class, and so we're only meeting on Tuesdays. And that means the asynchronous work, the part you're doing right now outside of class on your own, is more important than in other kinds of classes. So here in our Google Classroom, I will provide all the material that you need for the class. If you are new to Google Docs or Google Classroom, I highly recommend that you watch this tutorial that will provide you with some of the basic information to get started. Notably, Google Classroom and Google Docs offers us the opportunity to have an interactive writing process where you can write, you can share your work with me and others, we can comment, you can ask questions, and you can focus on making a piece of writing better, which is a main focus of this class. So here in class documents, you can find all the important documents. Notably, you'll find the class syllabus first. This is the most important document for the class. I worked really hard on it. It's got all of the important information you need to succeed, and you're going to take a short quiz over the syllabus by Thursday, so make sure that you read it carefully. Importantly, you can find my office hours, which are Tuesday 12:30 to 2:30 and Thursday 12 to 2. I will be in my virtual office hours, which you can attend by clicking on this Google Meet link. This is also how you could attend the class virtually if you need to. So that takes you into Google Meet. It's kind of like Zoom, but it's embedded into our classroom. So make sure you read all these details carefully and that you're ready to take a quiz on it later on in the week. I also included a short video of Snoop Dogg being silly and reminding us how important it is to read the syllabus, because so many students skim through it and then they have a lot of important questions to ask me about the class that I've already worked hard to write up. And I have sometimes 100 students in a semester, so you preparing for the details can really help our class to move efficiently. Here in this document, you can find a weekly calendar and breakdown for the class that aligns with the modules. So this first week we're getting started. We want to establish relationships with one another because we're going to be sharing drafts with one another and working to make our writing better by working together. You're also going to monitor and reflect on yourself as a literate person and acknowledge our course and university expectations and policies. Your 3 assignments this week are to write an introduction, to take a syllabus quiz, and to complete a communication inventory. You can find all of those down here in week 1 assignments. I'll return there in just a minute. Another important aspect of our class is a class directory. You're going to be sharing your drafts with one another in peer review, and you might want to contact one another for other kinds of questions about class. Research shows that the more involved you are with your peers, the better you're going to do. I see some of you are already starting to fill in your information. Please make sure everyone includes their name. Your UAA email address is the most important piece of contact information. I'm okay with you having my phone number. I ask that you please not text or call me before 9 a.m. or after 6 p.m. and keep it to the weekdays. I also included my Instagram account you're welcome to follow. It's not very exciting. I've included some information about netiquette and professional communication I'd love for you to read. Oh, and it looks like, oh, there's the link. I've also included an APA style template. APA is one of the major styles used in academic writing, and it's the one that we're going to learn about the most in this class. So I've included a template for you here in Google Docs, and so if you want to use this template that it's already formatted for the title page, it's already formatted for the margins and the font, and so all you have to do is file, make a copy, and then you'll rename it something that's familiar to you, and then you have a copy of this document ready to go. Google Docs makes it easy for us. Okay, I've also included really important information about the Writing Center here. Good research shows that students who go to the Writing Center do better in their classes, not only while they're taking them, but in the future. In fact, Writing Centers helped me a lot as an undergraduate and a graduate student with my writing, and I really encourage you to go. There's both face-to-face and online tutoring availability. If you want to know more about the learning objectives and how we're meeting them in this class, I have a complicated spreadsheet here showing that to you. If you run into any connectivity issues, I've provided some explanation for you. And see, I do not need to include the Writing Center information twice. If you ever notice any problems with our classroom, I hope you'll notice that in your view, you have the opportunity to add questions that are either visible to the whole class, and I hope you know that most times when you ask a question, other people have the same one. So I encourage you to make your questions visible, but you can also make them just to me. So provide questions and comments to me wherever you can, and that's a real benefit of our Google Classroom. I've also provided answers to some frequently asked questions here that you're welcome to peruse. And then here's our work for week 1 under getting started. So each week I will provide some media for you, and that's sometimes readings. This week it's a short video by our librarian. You'll have to put in this passcode here to watch it. Here, as soon as I upload this video, you'll see a short video from me each week, just kind of overviewing the short amount of work that we have to do each week. I've also provided you with a short video I made, about my take on academic writing and what it does. This week you have 3 things you're going to turn in. One is an introduction. And I also want you to include a profile picture for yourself in the classroom. And I have instructions for doing that here. To complete the introduction, you'll click on the Google document and you'll see that I've given some instructions here. I have introduced myself, and you'll notice to follow my formatting that I have made my name heading 2, which makes it accessible for anyone using a screen reader. And then I've written my introduction. I've asked you to include a page, which means a full page. And then, when you're moving between pages, a smart formatting trick for those of you who want to be smart writers, and I know you all do, is you'll insert a page break. Insert break, page break. And that automatically pushes the text to the next page, where if the next person is following my formatting, and there's no quiz here today, but it's good to practice, you'll type your name, you'll type your introduction that should take about a page, and then when you're transitioning from the person above you's introduction to your own, you'll insert a page break. Insert, break, page break. And this document's going to be kind of messy over the next couple days with everyone working in it, so don't worry, it doesn't need to look like a published document. The purpose is for us to share, information about ourselves with one another. The other thing you're going to finish this week, and I have it due on, my documents are changing position as I'm trying to move this camera around. Okay, so after you complete your introduction, you also should complete the syllabus quiz. You can find the Google form right here, and this has some questions directing you to parts of the syllabus that I think are important for you to know. So read the syllabus carefully, take this short quiz, and if you miss any questions, I will provide you with response. I also ask you the really important question at the end, what would you like me to know about you as a learner? If there's anything that I can do to make this class easier for you, make sure that you let me know. And finally, this week, you're going to complete a communication inventory. The assignment goes a lot like the introduction, but you're going to be recognizing ways you send and receive communication. You can see that I have completed mine right here, and I used a different convention. I'm going to switch this to heading 2. And then you're going to insert a page break. And then using heading 2, you'll write your name. And then you'll write your introduction. So that's all the work we have for this week. Our face-to-face class is tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. You may tomorrow either meet online by entering our Google Classroom. You do that by clicking on the stream and joining. I will also be in class in PSB 210C for anyone who would like to attend in class. We'll also, tomorrow talk about our preferred modalities. We have an interesting opportunity that we're in a hybrid high-flex class. So, be prepared to tell me tomorrow your preference for modality, whether you really prefer being, face-to-face, or if online suits you best, or if you really like to have a combination. In any case, you should be prepared to communicate online because inevitably there is at least one day that I will have to travel this semester that we'll meet online. But we never know what the weather or the circumstances around us might be, so we're prepared for anything in this class. Take care, everyone. Make sure that you're asking me questions in the classroom when you have them, and I look forward to seeing you all at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Take care.